Explosive new developments in Hollywood's biggest legal feud. Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni's legal drama over her claims of emotional distress have hit a roadblock as a federal judge ruled that Lively cannot move forward with those distress claims. The judge also refused to let Lively dismiss them on her own terms, instead insisting both sides reach an agreement independently. The recent dispute between the It Ends With Us co-stars arose after Baldoni's lawyers requested Lively's medical and mental health records to defend against her claims of emotional distress. Lively's initial complaint accused Baldoni of sexual harassment as well as retaliation after she raised issues about his on-set behavior. Since then, Baldoni and his legal team have denied those allegations. In the meantime, the two stars have been embroiled in a tense legal standoff, with each accusing the other of having orchestrated a smear campaign. Joining us now to break down the news on Hollywood's biggest feud is entertainment attorney Tre Lovell. We appreciate you joining us, Tre. So this week alone, there was some major legal back and forth. Walk us through where this is at currently, because it seems as if we've been talking about this for years.
Sure. So we're in the discovery phase right now. We're in the fact-finding phase where each side is trying to gather evidence through documents, through witness testimony, through third parties to establish their claims. And whenever you're in this process of discovery, issues are going to come up. One of the litigants is going to want certain information. The other one doesn't want to give it. And so we are witnessing one of those instances where the one litigant wants information to substantiate and defend against the claims. The other one doesn't want to produce it. And it's the emotional distress claims.
All right, if Lively does not file the former motion of dismissal without prejudice, what is the likeliness that Lively and Baldoni's teams would likely agree among themselves whether the dismissal would be with or without prejudice?
You know, they probably won't agree. It's a pretty contentious case. Also, there are some ramifications if you dismiss with prejudice versus without prejudice. If for some reason, Lively wants to bring those claims again, it's a lot easier to do if it's without prejudice. But the judge has made it pretty clear, no matter what, he's not going to allow evidence on this. And that kind of closes the issue. With
all the latest developments, Tre, where do you think these legal teams are at? Are they weakening? Are they standing firm?
You know, it's tough to say. There's a lot of fact-finding to go. Depositions haven't started yet, I don't believe. They're still trying to gather the documentation, and get questions answered in terms of where the cases stand. Eventually it'll be depositions. And then once the landscape is filled and both sides are aware of the facts and evidence, then we'll get into more of trying to resolve it. I assume there will be a mediation, even though each side is denying it. That's going to come down the road. But, it's still hard to tell because each side is really establishing their case. And because that's private in most instances, as the audience and as the public, we really can't see that.
All right, keeping us all on top of it, Tre Lovell, we appreciate your context and insight to this continuing developing story throughout the week. It seems like something different every week. So, Tre, thank you.
Thank you so much.